Image copyright Getty Images Image caption Elizabeth Warren was a strong supporter of Clinton during her campaign. U.S. President Donald Trump has called for an investigation after a Hillary Clinton supporter said the Democratic Party rigged its primary for her. CNN asked Senator Elizabeth Warren if Mrs. Clinton's contest against Democratic rival Bernie Sanders was rigged, and she said yes. Another Democratic official writes in a new book about the party's unethical agreement with the Clinton campaign. President Trump said the American public deserves an inquiry. Ms. Warren, a progressive senator from Massachusetts who campaigned for Mrs. Clinton, was reacting to allegations by former Democratic National Committee (DNC) chairwoman Donna Brazile. Ms. Brazile writes in a new book that the cash-starved DNC signed a joint fundraising agreement with the Clinton campaign in August 2015, 4 months after the former Secretary of State launched her candidacy. Ms. Brazile writes that Mrs. Clinton's campaign had the DNC on life support, giving it money every month to meet its basic expenses. Excerpts from her book Hacks the Inside Story of the Break-ins and Breakdowns that put Donald Trump in the White House were released by Politico magazine. The DNC was meant to be neutral in the contest between Mrs. Clinton and her Democratic challenger Bernie Sanders, a Vermont senator. But supporters of Mr. Sanders have long claimed the party showed preference to Mrs. Clinton. Ms. Brazile says the deal was not a criminal act but compromised the party's integrity. Media playback is unsupported on your device. Media caption Clinton laments Comey letter in explaining her loss. However, Mrs. Clinton's defenders have pointed out the Sanders campaign signed its own joint fundraising agreement with the DNC. Ms. Warren, who has been touted as a possible 2020 presidential contender, nevertheless called the Clinton revelations a real problem for the party. But what we've got to do as Democrats now is we've got to hold this party accountable, she said. President Trump weighed in on the accusations late on Thursday and again on Friday morning, after his Twitter account was briefly taken offline. Image copyright Getty Images Image caption Donna Brazile Center says the deal was not a criminal act but compromised the party's integrity. She basically bought the DNC and stole the election from Bernie, Mr. Trump told reporters before departing on a trip to several Asian countries. He tweeted Pocahontas just stated that the Democrats, led sick by the legendary crooked Hillary Clinton, rigged the primaries. Let's go FBI Justice Department. Mr. Trump calls Ms. Warren Pocahontas because political rivals accused her in 2012 of claiming Native American ancestry to gain an unfair advantage when applying for jobs at Harvard Law School, without proof of such lineage. Ms. Brazile herself came under fire last year after the anti-secrecy website WikiLeaks released hacked DNC emails that revealed she had notified the Clinton campaign in advance of a question the candidate would be asked by CNN. Her predecessor at the DNC, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, resigned during the election after her leaked emails appeared to show a coordinated effort to aid Mrs. Clinton's campaign. Mr. Trump is himself under scrutiny in a Justice Department investigation into whether his campaign aides colluded with Russians in an effort to sway last year's election.